Anyways, so you're a god, and even as a god, you have to obey rules. Stupid rules. I have to figure out a way to get a kill quota. Yes, murdering people in the Church of the Anal Eaten Mummy. There is a kill quota, meaning you have to have X amount of kills, even if they're mindless and make no sense at all. Human sex trafficking. You need X amount of people in human sex trafficking for the church to pay off the members who are at the church. The entire thing is fused together, and the human sex trafficking is literally a part of their unbreakable rules. They have a bunch of unbreakable rules. And the human sex trafficking and the human trafficking, all that, is literally a part of their unbreakable rules. You cannot, not human traffic. And I get into it arguing with the wives. There's other wives. I don't know why I don't I remember their faces, and I remember some of them were way too young to talk to, so I just didn't talk to them. One of them I treated like a small child. I don't really, yeah, I was high out of my mind, okay? I'm just gonna be clear. And you're on video 24/7 in that place. It's 24/7 video surveillance, and you gotta be perfect all the time, at least according to their version of perfect. Everything has to be perfect. You got to wipe your butt perfect. You can't jack off. You can't do anything. You got to be perfect. Their idea of perfect, because perfect's an ideology. It's not an actual thing. Things can be perfectly imperfect. Okay? To these people, there's a specific level of perfection or nonsense, whatever, garbage. It's just stupid. Okay? It's literally torture. It's just human torture for no reason. You just constantly anxious around the clock because you're just constantly under surveillance. Like, that's all that does, is it just drives you fucking crazy. So I finally decide to touch on the white supremacy after signaling dropping the N-word as much as I can and trying to be as racist as I can in the church. And I sit down and talk with the white supremacists, and they're kind of funny because they're weirdly understanding, but there's also this kind of hang up with them. What do you think? Like, basically, what do you think black people do? It was kind of where I started it, and I remember the white guy was like, "Oh, they're plotting and planning and doing all the things. That's all the things you're doing. This is called projection. They're emotionally stunted. They don't have the ability to put themselves in your shoes, so they project themselves onto you. You are one of them. So they believe the black people are just as conniving evil. They think the black people are fucking babies and building fascism and doing human trafficking and all the things that these people are doing. They're not. Okay. You guys do that on your own because you made up problems in your head because you're crazy and you need mental help. So I explained to them, I was like, I see a white dad raising kids, I see a black dad raising kids. I was like, every father seems to just want what's best for their kid. I was like, ideally. Unless you're at the Church of the Anal Eaten Mummy, then you don't give a fuck about your kid because that's just part of the culture. Anyways, so we get into the talk, and I'm like, what if you guys just made like a white state? What if you just like moved all the white supremacist people into one state, and then you guys just had white supremacist people heaven, and you guys can all be white, and you can all eat salty food and mayonnaise and not be judged, and what? And I was like, and then you guys just take over the police force and force out everybody that's not white. And there was an awkward silence with the white supremacist, and I was like, yeah, you create a white ethno state. Everybody's white. I was like, just choose some random. I think I said Idaho. I was like, nobody likes Idaho anyways. I was like, just move to Idaho and do that. And the guy was like, oh, well, that's a really good solution to my racism. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, and when you get tired of seeing white people, because you're going to get tired of seeing white people, you're going to get tired of eating white every day, trust me. It's the reason why the East India Trading Company was stealing spices from India for centuries. It's because white people food sucks. You're going to eventually want to go out there and get some fried chicken and watermelon and some damn hot wings, and you're going to want them from Black Bubba Gump down the street, so let the black people be and let them make shit that tastes good. And the white guys were like, oh, well, I never thought about it like that. And we had this common sense conversation back and forth. And I think it's that Vajrapani power of obscura shit. I just see through bullshit, just mindless, stupid shit. So I have the conversation with them, and then they introduce me to other white supremacists, and then they introduce me to Nazis, and I keep quoting Team 4-Star, like, because there's no TV in this temple, so I keep going, that's why we need TV, and like, no, get him, and my name's Raccoon, it rhymes with doom, and y'all gonna be hurting all too soon, and yeah, you also have the Helsing series with the Alucard and the who cares? They're Nazis. And I kept making fun of the Nazis using Team 4-Star. I even told the Nazi dude, I told him to constantly reference Team 4-Star's Helsing Ultimate. And this guy fell in love with the series. He did. He used to call and we would talk on the phone. I don't know if they were fucking him in the ass. I hope not. He might have, dude, the guy might have just been poor, sad, and desperate. They're horrible. This dude explained to me he loved Walter from Team 4-Star. He loved Walter because Walter is a servant to a narcissistic man-child, which is who the president is, a narcissistic man-child. And this dude had me fucking rolling. We kept going back and forth with Helsing. He was amazing. I love that guy. I mean, he's a Nazi. Who cares? He's a Nazi. Yeah. Actually, but this is the thing, they're Nazis and everybody lies at the church, everything's manipulation, so that guy could have just been being an asshole. He might have just been lying to get on my good sides, you know. So yeah, the things start getting worse. My brain starts getting really bad because I'm constantly being dosed with LSD and my neurons are depleting and I'm getting stupider and stupider and violenter. And the wives kind of love it. They love the idea of a violent, stupid God. So I start doing stupider things and I start getting more pissed off because there's these unbreakable rules that I am constantly trying to break. And this is the thing, they're just in my way no matter what I do. Okay? And it's stupid. It really is. Because once again, they tell you you're a god, but you're not in control of shit. You're not. You're not in control of anything. The only thing you can do is have sex with everything. That's it. That's your only fucking thing. I remember I was trying to raise the IQ in America. I was trying to assist people in developmentally properly, and then the wives wanted me to approve, like, terrorizing more people, and they wanted me to increase the amount of suffering in the church, because apparently you got to create enough suffering in the church to keep people in the church. You got to facilitate misery, and then you got to facilitate misery outside the church. And I talked to a bunch of creatives, and I told them, I was just like, my problem is these guys' version of a god is a mindless god that just controls everything. Okay? And I told them I'm a god of creation. I create shit. That's what I do. I create. And I start telling them I'm a creator. And they don't like that. And I get into talks with all these people. And eventually it gets so bad I start freaking out. I just start freaking out daily. Even high on LSD and acid and shit. I just freak the fuck out. I just fucking lose my fucking mind. And eventually I tell him, I want to go back to Ackworth. I want to terrorize Chris. I want to go fucking deliver fucking pizzas. I want to live my fucking life. I was like, I want to marry a fat chick and just live my fucking life. Just leave me alone, okay? I was like, if I end up rich, I end up rich. If I end up poor, I end up poor. Just stop trying to fucking control everything. This fucking sucks. This place is hell. It makes everybody fucking crazy. And I told him that. And there's a shitty ice cream parlor out there. They wouldn't give me any ice cream. One of the times I got in trouble with the wives is one of them left their ice cream in the fridge and I ate it. And you're not supposed to eat the ice cream from the ice cream parlor. And I did. I ate the ice cream. I'm not supposed to eat the ice cream from the shitty ice cream parlor. The ice cream parlor has an entire history of pedophilia. You just take your kids there to pedophile them. If the president ever wants to take your kid to the ice cream parlor, tell him no. Tell him no. Don't go to that ice cream parlor. It is just a place of rape. That's all that place is. It's for raping little kids. Dropping LSD and raping little kids. That's all it is. Raping little kids and dropping LSD. Now, I got to go to the Flophouse Plains where they have all these people that are just laid out in the desert getting high on LSD, Ganesh, and PCP. And I think they just lay out there till they go bad and dry up like mummies and they stuff them in an underground chamber. I remember going to an underground chamber full of corpses. I don't know why, I did that, but I did do that. I remember being in that chamber and walking out of that chamber. I don't remember how I got in there, but I got out of it. I guess that's something. Yeah. I don't remember what the point of the tree is outside. I remember them telling me it looks like the interdimensional portal that's inside the temple has an interdimensional portal in it. It's like a gravity well where like time slips and bends. It's probably a great place to go acid tripping if you're into that sort of thing. And I was in there acid tripping, writing on shit and just doing all this stupid shit around the fucking clock. Like, anyways, eventually, I piss the right people off, and they end up, like, I come up with this plan involving these red and white eggs that erase your mind, and they're part of the MK Ultra. And I talked to Charles Manson. He's friends with Danny Trejo. And Charles tells me, don't let them give you that shit. It's how they control you, and that's fucking true. Don't let them give you the LSD. Don't let them give you the fucking heavy metals. Don't let them do that. That's how they control you. As Charles said, yeah, Charles Manson's a good guy. He was trying to stop the white supremacist war that these people have coming. It's a massive white supremacist war where they're just going to kill everybody in the U.S. and enslave the children. That's the plan. Because they're good people. Anyways, so after a talk with Charles Manson, he tells me about MK Ultra. I get all these papers and notes and I start reading over them, and then the wives start trying to cover it up and keep it a secret from me. And I don't know what they were keeping a secret from, because I kind of figured it out from common sense mostly, but like, fucking, I'm going to do a video on the hypnosis. Like, when I get that video up, you'll understand Charles Manson and how all this shit works. It's not complicated, it's just drugs. That's it. It's just drugs. And to emotionally stunted people, reality is as it feels, not what it is. You're not on a drug trip, you're on a spiritual episode. They're idiots. So eventually, I tell him, I don't want to be this fucking guy. I want to get the fuck out of the church. Like, let me get the fuck out of here. So these fat dudes waterboard me. They force me to eat these red and white pills that make you forget shit. Those are in the MK Ultra report. MK Naomi, I think the other one is. There's a lady. She doesn't remember anything. They got her with the red and white pills. Anyways, and they throw my ass back to shithole Ackworth. Yeah. So I wake up in my car and I drive home. I go to sleep. I wake up and my room's all dusty and like I've lost like 6 months of time and I don't know what time it is and people just keep asking me weird questions. And then Blondie shows up and Blondie wants to chew my ass. You gotta remember, he's emotionally stunted. He does not have the ability to put himself in my shoes. They erased my mind. I don't remember anything. So he comes in and starts yelling at me about Pastel Bunny, and I don't know what the fuck he is talking about. And he starts telling me about how this girl had all the followers, and he liked her even though she was an N-word, and he just starts talking shit about Pastel Bunny and telling me he liked her. Talking shit about the girl, telling me you like her. Doesn't go both ways, brother. You gotta pick a lane. Do you love her? She's the greatest thing in the world. If you don't love her, she's a piece of shit. You don't get it both ways, brother. Doesn't work. Anyways, he tells me about this. No idea what he's talking about. Nope. Not at all. He starts telling me about the church. Don't know shit about what he's talking about. This other guy comes in. He tries to murder my ass. No fucking idea what he's mad about. He's mad about something. This dude kept calling me about Sauls. I guess at one point I came up with Sauls or something at the church. I was high on LSD. I don't know what the fuck I did, dude. That guy kept harassing. Dude, there's guys harassing me about chemical development, weapons at Groom Lake, yeah, Area 51. People were calling me and asking me about this shit. I had no fucking idea. I'm a fucking guy working at Papa John's. I thought everybody was just fucking crazy. So Blondie gets back to poison me with heavy metals, and these guys get back to trying to murder me. And then white supremacist God calls me on a butt phone from prison, like an anal phone. And I'm like, that has to stink, brother. And he's like, he's like basically telling me they're gonna murder me. And basically, I survived 3 days with these guys trying to crash into my car, drive like idiots, make threats, and try to kill me. And I just eye roll through it all because they're just constantly threatening me and I just constantly fucking ignoring them. Blondie puts together his team, and then I survived those 3 days. So Anal Eating Mummy's God's like, okay, I'm gonna let you live. We're done. Like, it's over. Like, this entire thing is over and all this shit. And he's like, but the church has to kill you. The church doesn't exist anymore. You lost your tax exempt status. It's over. It's done. Okay? But this is the thing. These people can't take an L. They can't. They can't lose with dignity. They can't lose humbly. They gotta cheat. Okay? And this is important because this is just how anal eating mummy god do. Okay? And it's how everybody, every malignant narcissist do. So, he gives me another call, and he's like, Blondie wants an attempt at getting me to sign the perjury. And I'm like, what? And then he's like, I'm God, and I was like, oh, I thought the deal was you were going to try to kill me the next 3 days. You failed, and now I get to go free. And then he was like, no. I have altered the deal. Pray do not alter it again. This is fucked, okay? There was no winning. I'm going to be clear on that. Like, a lot of people think anal eating mummy gods is great, dude. There was no winning in this situation, because like when I was the church leader, the wives explained to me when they start poisoning somebody with heavy metals, it is a 90% chance they're going to sign whatever it is they want you to sign. They're going to poison you till you're retarded. And at this point, I have more heavy metals in me than anybody. My vision's going bad. I don't remember the password to my bank account. I don't remember my password to any of my emails. I am gone, and my speech is slurred. And every night I go to bed feeling like I'm burning alive. I don't have complex thought. I don't have rational thinking. I don't have any of those things. Those things are gone. I'm like a living zombie, a mindless tool, like everybody at the church. And Blondie starts poisoning me with more heavy metals. Great, just what I needed. And that's the plan. And they're like, basically, we're going to poison you until you get into dementia and you fucking die. Or you sign the perjury. That's the plan. That's how that works. And then anal eating mummy god lies, and he's like, we're going to give you $1 billion if you survive this. And it's a fucking lie, because remember, if the church gives you money, turn the page, they kill you. That's what that is. It's a setup. Okay, so even if I had survived this, they would have killed me. So I start getting calls from people, and they're like, oh, whatever you do, don't sign the paper. Don't sign the paper. And believe it or not, I don't sign the paper. Yeah, for the longest time, I'm poisoned, going retarded with heavy metals. I don't remember anything. I literally forget that I even had the court. I forgot I had the court case. Forgot I signed the perjury. Forgot all that shit. And this isn't done yet, okay? Because Blondie is losing. We're like 3 weeks in, and he hasn't gotten me to sign the damn paper. So at some point, he has me abducted, and then they poison me with the red and white pills again. And the red and white pills are like concentrated heavy metals. They're like crazy heavy metal, like fuck you up heavy metals. And he erases the whole thing about me fucking promising I wouldn't sign the perjury. And then he brings the perjury in, and I tell him I need money for chelation therapy because I'm in the early stages of dementia. Okay? I'm in the early stage. I'm gone. Like, there are people calling me. I remember these women kept calling me from the church and trying to cheer me on, and they would have to remind me of what was going on because I would forget. And at one point I started writing down what was going on a piece of paper, but Blondie stole that. And this is the thing, anytime I try to plan on anything, Blondie interferes and he cheats, and he fucking, and eventually I get so bad, I tell him I need $4,000, and he brings in a single piece of paper. Mind you, the perjury is this thick, like it's like fucking crazy thick. He brings in one paper and then has me sign it to get $4,000 for chelation therapy, and that's not even enough for chelation therapy. And around there, he showed me a video. He poisoned me with aluminum, and you get timid and scared when you when you see aluminum. And he shows me a video of me smashing a baby to death, and I get scared and I sign the perjury. Yeah, after he deleted my memory of everything. Which is one hell of a way to fucking win. Like, if you ever had to hear cheating, you're going to learn about this, because Blondie does not like the fact that he won. Like, there's an entire fucking thing after this. He starts terrorizing me because he won. And he won through cheating. And victory never feels like victory when you win through cheating. Okay? And even Anal Eating Mummy God gets mad at him because he won through cheating. He lied. And he wasn't supposed to lie. And Anal Eating Mummy God starts telling me all the things he did, he was not supposed to lie. He could do everything he wanted. He could have shot me in the head if he wanted to. But he lied. And apparently him lying is kind of serious, but not really. Because obviously they didn't do anything to him. He didn't get punished in any fucking way. He just lied. Like, fucking, he straight up tricked me and that's what happened. Like, yeah. Um, I don't really know. The rules make no fucking sense, and it's just how they operate. It's how it be, though.